two major wins for religious liberty today at the Supreme Court. After nearly a decade of litigation, the Little Sisters of the Poor were handed a decisive victory from the Supreme Court today over the Affordable Care Act contraceptive mandate. And today, the High Court also ruled in favor of religious schools and their right to hire and fire employees. Correspondent Mark Irons reports. Mark?
Tracy, two separate decisions from the Supreme Court today, both with 7-2 majority rulings. The court defending a couple of Catholic schools in California, citing their right to make employment decisions without government interference. And then that big win for the Little Sisters of the Poor, who say they can finally now practice their mission without violating their religious beliefs.
We're very happy and we're very relieved.
Sister Constance Veet with the Little Sisters of the Poor says this day has been a long time coming.
Relief and gratitude that, that our religious liberty rights and our freedom of conscience has finally been guaranteed to us.
In the Supreme Court's majority opinion in favor of the Little Sisters of the Poor, Justice Clarence Thomas writes, for over 150 years, the Little Sisters have engaged in faithful service and sacrifice, motivated by a religious calling to surrender all for the sake of their brother. The court upheld a Trump administration exemption for the Little Sisters, now freed from years of litigation fighting an Obama-era contraception mandate. Today marks a victory for organizations with religious and moral objections to providing contraception to employees in health insurance plans.
I think this is a great day for Catholics, for religious freedom, and for the rule of law.
Andrea Picciotti-Bayer with the Judicial Education Project is also weighing in on the Supreme Court's ruling in favor of two Catholic schools in the Diocese of Los Angeles.
Justice Alito brings us back to the First Amendment and reminds us that we don't want the federal government getting into the internal decision-making of churches and church schools like our Catholic schools.
The Catholic schools involved in this Supreme Court case did not renew contracts for two teachers who both claimed they were discriminated against. The schools said they were exempt from employment discrimination laws under the ministerial exception. Writing on religious formation in his majority opinion today, Justice Samuel Alito said selection and supervision of the teachers upon whom the schools rely to do this work lie at the core of their mission.
Justice Alito referring to the ministerial exception. It can be used to bar the use of anti-discrimination laws within religious institutions when it comes to hiring and firing decisions. And Tracy, one Catholic who's not too happy about the court's ruling in favor of the Little Sisters of the Poor today, Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi, she says the decision represents a fundamental misreading of the Affordable Care Act. Tracy.
Okay, thank you so much, Mark. Correspondent Mark Irons reporting for us tonight. Thank you again.